In the name of God, I am Shayan Hamidi, and we intend to be at your service with SketchUp training, God willing. To start, first, the installation file I prepared for SketchUp, which is SketchUp 2021. You can download this file from the same place where you actually purchased the product and bought this package. And the installation process is exactly as we will proceed together. When we open the package, the folder name is SketchUp 2021, and we click on Setup. Well, here in fact a message is given that belongs to Windows. The installation of SketchUp begins, and its steps need to be followed. Next, we define the installation path for SketchUp. We select C.Program Files, SketchUp, and your SketchUp version. Then click Install. Our language is English and we don't need to change it, so we click Install. Make sure that the file you download is compatible with your system. I currently have Windows 10 and I'm working with SketchUp on a 64-bit system. You cannot install a 32-bit version on a 64-bit Windows system. Be sure to pay attention to this. The installation is complete and our SketchUp is ready to use. But the point is that we need to crack our SketchUp. So here we click on Finish. Here in this same folder, we have a crack folder. I click on the crack. I copy all the contents inside this folder. We exit from this. I right-click on the SketchUp icon on our desktop. I select Properties. I click on Open File Location and paste it here. Here, we replace it. Click on the Replace option and continue. Just like that, the crack is done, and in fact, your software is now fully operational, is active, and you can use it. When we install SketchUp on our computer, 3 icons become active for us. Yeah, one is Style Builder, one is SketchUp, and the other is Layout. Currently, we are providing SketchUp training and we are not concerned with the other 2. If you don't need them, you can completely shift delete them. We don't need them at all. Just place the SketchUp icon on your desktop. On OBs, we click on SketchUp Pro 2021s. In fact, we double click. Here it gives an explanation to check your internet connection and such, which we don't need to worry about. We click Run and this window comes up for us. In the Initial and Welcome window that is actually in SketchUp, pay attention that a part of this window is related to your template so that you can choose your own template. I will explain these templates to you in this session. The items and the most important things it has are what your field of activity is. If you are an architect, if you are an industrial designer, and so on, these are a set of templates suitable for your work style placed here. If you are an interior designer, if you want it for 3D printing, if you want to design a landscape, if you just want to draw a plan, if you want to use it in a 3D environment for architectural design, or a simple template with different units. Here it shows the unit as inches, meaning what scale your meter should be, whether it should be inches, meters, millimeters, or centimeters. Here, for example, I usually choose the simple meters option. Well, here you can come and select your template. So in this window, here is Open File, which is not a very special task. You can do this within the software itself, and Recent Files, which is placed in this section. List the files you have recently modeled and saved so you can access them faster. And here is the license section, which, well, our license has been activated with the same crack process we did. Here the license has appeared for me and is completely my SketchUp is active. So to enter, it's enough to click on one of these templates. I click on the simple meters template and enter SketchUp. The SketchUp software environment includes a main window where you will perform your modeling, and the tool section, which is usually located on the left and top, and on the right there is a pop-up window where each of these items can be opened and closed. By clicking on these arrows, you can see their details. In this section, when you first enter the SketchUp software, the instructor option provides you with a space where you can receive sufficient training for starting and modeling in SketchUp in a very simple and quick manner. Well, if we want to continue explaining, down here you have two icons. One is geolocation, which allows you to specify the project's location on the map, and the other is credits, which relates to connecting SketchUp to web features. This means you can connect from there to the features available to you via the web. You can upload your models, and the models can even be identified based on who published them. In the status bar at the bottom here, you can receive information. In your modeling path, it tells you where to click, where to enter numbers, and you can receive guidance from this status bar window that allows you to proceed better and more easily. Another very important section that exists is the criminals section, which is located here, and all the numbers and measurements will actually be placed here. And now the axes that exist in most 3D software. The colored axes in the Z, X, and Y directions. And let me tell you that these axes help you move within the 3D environment. In SketchUp, we recognize these by the colors green, red, and blue. And now, the length. Toolbars, or tools that we have inside SketchUp. These tools are usually located at the top, as inside the SketchUp menu, or on the side. This section and this part that I'm showing you here now is the large tool set, which means a collection of tools that are frequently used, and SketchUp itself recommends them to you. To be able to learn how to work with the tools and arrange them, we need to pay attention to one point. You see, inside the tools in each section is that we usually have an option that looks like a dotted pattern. Here it is. Look at this here, or here in this section. When you move your mouse over these, you can easily reposition them in their respective places, or even drag them outwards from the point. When you drag it into the main design environment, an option will be activated for you that shows the title of this toolbar. For example, it says Getting Started here, and the closed option will also be activated for you. If you click the close option, you can completely close this tool. So see, I drag this tool out and its title becomes visible to me, large. Now, because it doesn't fit here, large is followed by 3 dots. And here you can click the close option and close this tool. Sometimes it happens that within SketchUp, for whatever reason, we accidentally or unintentionally close a tool and then need it, but we don't know where to bring it back from. Well, if we want to learn this, we just need to go to the View toolbar menu. So we need to go to the View menu and click on the toolbar option. When you first enter this window, you will see a collection of tools here. The tools that we have closed now were the Getting Started option and the Large Tool Set option. Meaning these two, when you check these two, they are displayed on the screen. Here we can also click close and then come back to the top blue section, move it and push it to the left side of the screen so that it is fixed and positioned in the corner of the display. And again, grab this and move it up so that it appears in the top window. Once it's in place at the top, you can release it to fix it in its position. But again, we go into the View menu toolbar. Here, in addition to being able to activate or deactivate a series of tools, as I just explained to you, you can go to the Options section and, for example, deactivate the large icon option. In this case, your workspace will become slightly larger and your icons will be smaller. And you can click on the large option. Here I select large so that when we are working, these tools are more visible. But sometimes when we hover over the toolbars, when we hold our mouse over the toolbar, it displays some explanations and a tutorial for us. If we want this tutorial to stop appearing when selecting, after we become a bit more familiar and fully know these tools, we no longer need it to be displayed for us. If you want to disable this, go to the View menu, then Toolbar, and disable the option Show Screen Tips on Toolbar. Now, when you click close and hover over any of these toolbars, that menu that wants to give you those relative and small tutorials will no longer be displayed at all.